Extracting directory structure, crawling. So mapping the application layout and its structure is another very important task. Although there are some single-page applications, the applications you will test can generally consist of multiple web pages. And by multiple, I mean a lot. And these pages can be independent or they can be linked to one another. There's actually no magic to get the structure unless you're the actual developer of the application. And then it's just hours and hours of work. So, the best way to extract the structure of the application is to visit every page and click every link and fill every form. Then, observe all the URLs. So you can manually walk through the application and identify web pages from authenticated and unauthenticated users' perspective. So this whole process is called crawling or spidering the application. Now you might think, and you would be right, that it's not really possible to do everything manually. This really is a time-consuming process. So gosh darn it, wouldn't you just love it if somebody created a tool for crawling, and how about some scripts for good measure? Well, I'm glad you asked. Because now let's go over to Kali and open up your browser and burp. I know if you were raised like me, it's rude, but I'm going to ask you to do it again. Open your browser and burp. Okay, so, sorry. Go to Dashboard and make sure that capturing is active. Then disable master interception from this button. Okay, so see it's off. But in your browser, redirect the traffic to burp by enabling Foxy Proxy. So now burp will passively intercept all traffic coming from Firefox. Then what we're going to do here is visit pages and click links. See, so that way, burp will create a structure of the application from the clicked URLs by intercepting passively. Right? So I'm going to click on some links here on the page and then log in. Open up a few other pages and okay, that's enough to show you. So, okay, look at the history in burp. So all the requests are here. And okay, so the aim here is to see a sort of a broad overview of the application layout. So there are a few more things in the step to perform, but I want you to just have a look here. I'm sure that you've heard about robots.txt. I know almost every website uses this file to allow or disallow directories to be crawled by bots. So robots.txt is a file that uses a specification protocol called Robots Exclusion Protocol. Now, it's not really something that you need to consider, but you might want to have a look at it later. But yeah, displaying this file is very handy if you want to see the sensitive pages and directories easily. So what am I saying? Yeah, go to the robots.txt file of BWAP. And here are some directories that are not allowed. So I'm going to visit each of them. Admin directory, documents, and images. And then, wait, what's this? Passwords directory. Now go to burp, click Target tab, click Sitemap. On the left pane, you can see the site structure. And also, there are filter options above. You know, this is great. I hope you get excited as I do. So by clicking Show All, resources like CSS and images, they're all going to show up on the map as well. Now, I think the commercial version of burp will do this task automatically, but I really do want you to get your hands dirty, as I was saying before. I know it's not the most efficient way, but this is how you learn. So we need something a bit more intrusive now, I should think. So Kali Linux has a number of tools for this job. Dirbuster is one of them. So open up the terminal and simply type Dirbuster, and the GUI will come up. Dirbuster is the directory brute forcer for web applications. So now let's provide the target URL, which is http://192.168.204.130/bwap/. And here's a starting point for Dirbuster. And it will automate the tedious tasks of cataloging the pages within the application. That sounds good, huh? So it works by requesting a web page, parsing through it for links, and then sending requests to these new links until all the web pages are mapped. So then let's increase the number of threads here to 20, and then choose a list, browse. Now there are several lists in Dirbuster directory under word lists. And I'm going to choose the medium directory list. Okay, and click Start. Oh, and another good thing is to identify administrative and test pages. These pages can contain sensitive information and provide entry points to perform attacks, such as a brute force attack. It is also possible to see old and backup files in the directory structure. Don't laugh. I've seen it many times in real-world situations. So, if the old version of the application functions and has any vulnerabilities, bingo, you can own the entire system. Besides that, the folders and files belong to the application, so there may be metafiles and folders of the server software as well as the application framework. And I mean known files and folders such as PHP, MyAdmin, and so forth. So Dirbuster also looks for this kind of stuff. And here, as you can see, it detects Drupal, PHP, MyAdmin, and SQLite. Okay, so at this point, I'm going to stop the scan, and you can take a report. Full text report. Browse for the location to save, and give it the name. I'm just going to type bwap and generate report. So now you can go to that folder, and here's the report we saved. So now you can analyze it.